Guys, it's leg day. We're here with Mr. Mazza. He is upgrading on weight. It's a black band. We've been traditionally doing 2 blue bands. Now he's doing a black and a blue. Why? Because
black belt.
That's it. The entire reason we're here is to progress our lifts. We're here to get stronger. We're either doing more reps or we're doing a heavier load. In this case, a band with greater band tension. So again, what do we do when we warm up? We're doing core temperature, right? We're trying to elevate his core temperature, get blood flow. Why are we doing something like the bands? Because bands are going to require a lot of stability. I'm also getting him cued into position, right? Because I want him to be very, very much so in a hinged position. I want him to be having pelvic stability, and I want those glutes slidden up. Glutes stabilize, guys. That's the primary function of the glute, is actually to stabilize. Primary function of the core is to stabilize. You have to be able to be stable to generate force. I need you to push your hip back for me. Good. And I want you to go back as far as you can. Back, 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 back. Good. You only go down as far as you go back, okay? So this is a single leg RDL. There's a couple things I'm looking for. First thing I'm making sure is that he's lifting with his legs, not with his back, right? So he's pushing his hips back. Great. Second thing I'm looking for is making sure his legs actually coming up as he goes down. And the third thing I'm looking for, and you can see this a little bit, he does it, is watch his right glute. It almost stacks over his left, right? He wants to keep this as straight as possible. So I want him to lock down this oblique. Lock it down, that's it. Lock it down, lock it down. Do it again. Watch. See this? Tilt, tilt, tilt. Can you keep it down? Can you keep it down? Can't keep it down, right? We're gonna reach through. I'm gonna try to keep, see how I keep my hips really in line? This is what you'll see people when I'm talking to you, when you're doing it. See how good my hips are staying in line with each other? I don't want that.
I'm doing that.
You're doing a little bit of that. That's that pelvic stability. So you have a little bit of lateral pelvic instability where the hips rotate. That's actually what causes a lot of people to get back pain. You ever see when you have back pain, you only have it on one side?
Yeah.
You don't have back pain. It's actually your hips. That's why we're trying to work on that. We need to have that right so I can build you up. So I can start putting real load on here. So I can grab you, eventually have a barbell with a 45 on each side doing RDLs. Good, let's reach through. You're gonna reach through. Good, and you're gonna pull and bring your leg up. Beautiful, but pull that like a row.
When I come up?
Yes, sir. It's trying to force him this way and he's having to counterbalance. What we just talked about is that a lot of times when people think they have back pain, they don't actually have back pain. They have tight hips. Well, how do you know, or how can you discern the two? When you are only feeling it in one side of your back, that's not your back, it's your hip, right? So if you watch, his right cheek is trying to come over top of his left. See how it's not level? If I put an object on there, it would flip off. We want his hips to be level, so we're working on that. Don't bend that knee so much, right? That's way better, Brian. Don't bend that knee at the bottom.
It's going down?
You're pushing like that, you're going bending in. It's a hinge. Yep, that's it. That's correct. Look how much that just tilted. You see that? Immediately tilted way over. Guys, this isn't what you do for training, but this is definitely what you do for warm-ups to start cueing the client, to start getting aware of this stuff, right? This is not gonna change somebody's body, but this is gonna change somebody from being in pain, becoming aware of these things so you can start to fix it when you actually have heavy load on, right? So there's some clients, the first 2-3 weeks, we're doing stuff like this. It's not sexy, it's not awesome, but I get them prepped up so then we can start putting 100 pounds in their back, 200 pounds, 300 pounds in their back, and they're not in pain. They can run 20 miles, 30 miles, and they're not in pain. I go see a massage therapist once a week when he was getting ready for his run. You go see a massage therapist once a week. If you're not getting on the floor and foam rolling aggressively for 15, 20 minutes while training seriously, go see a massage therapist every week. Why? Because it will bring mobility. It will open up the tissue, right? It will hydrate the area. Once it's hydrated, once it's mobile, you can start to stretch or you can start to do stuff like this to open it up. But if the tissue's tight, it's not going to be open. You're not going to be mobile, and that's part of what's going on here. When his hips are shifting like that, it means that his QL, this is the oblique muscle, and this is the QL muscle. This muscle in here gets super tight on him. If you want to take a step back, look at the roundness in his back here, right? He's already got low dorsus. He's probably had that his whole life. Some of that we can't change, some of that we can by just strengthening this core, but I know his QL is taking on a lot of hard work, and then I also know inside of here, his adductors are very tight. So I want a massage therapist to get in here. I know that why, because I just know that from the shifting of his hips. We're gonna do some reverse lunges now. All right, this is one of our bread and butter. It's what I call keynote lifts. It's one of the things that we're gonna be working on. We're gonna get this exercise brutally strong for him. I like this because it's a quad dominant exercise, but there's a tremendous amount of glute in there. And I like it because there's a stability component. And remember, we've got a gentleman who's had an Achilles tear. What do I know? I know that he has some toe issues then, and I know he has some ankle issues. So this is gonna work on that. So you're asking me, you're saying, hey, what can I do cueing wise for my toe, right? And that's what people think all the time, like, oh, my shoulder blades are rounded, so I just need to squeeze my shoulder blades together more often. But the reality is that people just don't have the strength to be able to do that, or they're just too tight somewhere else. So for you to get your toe right, what is the number one thing we need to do? We need to actually open up that calf, right? So one, you want this massage like we talked about, but what can we do right now? We're gonna stretch it. Okay, straighten out that leg. Yep, and move into it. Is that where you feel it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and we're just gonna stretch it. We're gonna stay there for about 20 to 30 seconds. He's extremely tight in his calf. We gotta open up that calf. That's why he doesn't have any mobility there. That's why he tore his Achilles, right? It needs to be foam rolled. It's gonna really hurt when he does it, and he needs to stretch it. I want you to grab it, and I want you to think about you're putting back a football. You're gonna keep your weight behind you. You're gonna push your knees out, and you're gonna chuck this thing behind you. How high you come up is not what's important. It's how far back you go, and then it's about just squeezing. If you only get to here, good. It's not about your shoulders. That's it. And just stand up straight, nothing more. That's it. Gauge that core. Gauge that core. That's it. Yep. Okay, couple things. Why did I even bother to hit his abs? Does that have anything to do with like hypertrophy? You see people throwing balls with it? No. But when I hit him about the third time, he got it that he should be bracing. That's it. Just wanted him to start bracing those abs. He wasn't. When you start hitting somebody in the stomach, they tend to brace their abs, right? Second thing, why did I put my hand behind his back? Because I'm putting a lot of force to make sure he's not doing that. If I'm stopping him here, he's forcing to stop to stand up. It's just a tactile cue. It doesn't do anything fancy other than it just makes him register, oh, I should stop here, right? Or I should engage this. We're gonna do some assault bikes. We're gonna do every minute on the minute for 5 minutes straight, right? So what that means is I'm probably gonna put on 7 calories, see how long he takes to clear it. Ideally, I'd like to see him clear that in around 10 seconds. Then he'll get 50 seconds to rest, then he'll go again, then he'll get 50 seconds to rest, and every minute on the minute he'll go for 5 minutes. All right, we're done in 5 minutes. He's probably gonna burn 35 calories, but more importantly, I wanna see how powerful he is. 3, 2, 1, go! Keep going, it'll come down. Good.